Welcome to the Kevin Pego Show, interview time. And we, of course, have the man himself. I don't know whether he breaks more hearts running down the wing at Oriel Park or he breaks defenders' ankles. It is, of course, number 28. It is Ryan O'Kane. Ryan, you're very welcome, mate. How are you?
Thanks a million, lads. Thanks for having me. I'm all good.
No bother. See, I was working on that intro all day. So I was trying to think, how can I mix it up a wee bit? You know what I mean? Breaking hearts and breaking ankles. Makes sense.
I know,
Kev,
very good.
you shoot, Kev.
Ryan, it's a good luck story. Let's be honest about it. It's not too often a local club have a local player doing so well in his first main season at the club. How does it feel to have that bestowed upon you, like young kids looking up to you, and knowing that a local person is playing for the local club?
Yeah, I suppose it's kind of only been this year. Like last year, obviously with COVID, I didn't see much of it, and even on the pitch as well, and there was no fans. But this year, the last kind of 6 months, it's just exploded. Sort of like being asked to do presentations, going to schools and that, doing the coaching as well with Peter, and you have kids coming up to you for photos and parents asking for autographs and stuff. So yeah, like it's kind of been a real eye opener over these last 6 months. But it's brilliant. Like I've enjoyed it so much.
Well, my son goes to the Peter Cherry, the goalkeeping academy. And he was there last night, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, my coach was Ryan. I was like, you know who Ryan is?" And he's like, "No, who's Ryan?" I go, "That's Ryan O'Kane." And you can see his face going, "Jesus Christ, that's Ryan O'Kane." It was like something, it was pretty cool looking at his face to see, "Oh, that's Ryan O'Kane." And I think that's important to see kids young as 7 knowing that yourself, Ryan, that you are doing so well for a club that is quite local. It's important, I think, for local kids to see a local fella doing so well.
Yeah, look, it shows that anybody in any, like, obviously the last few years how successful Dundalk, like in Europe, playing Champions League, Europa League, like I've known countless players over the years that were probably good enough to play at any stage for them, but just obviously the timing wasn't right. But I sort of got lucky in a way. Obviously, the club were in a bit of transition, and I got in at the right time, and thankfully the opportunity was great, and I kind of took the chance. And now, yeah, look, it just shows anything's possible. And playing with the boys I looked up to, so I don't see why other kids can.
You mentioned Europe, Brian. If you keep progressing, are you excited to play in Europe?
Yeah, look, I played in the last year, but we played Newtown or something from Wales.
And you scored for me in the Europa. Remember I sent you a picture of me football manager and you scored for us against... Yeah, it was Newton, was it, or something? It was some fucking shite team anyway. We won 1-0 at home. So, but that's what I was going to say. Like, this was the breakthrough season. 10 starts, 8 subs appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Like, the first goal obviously came in that 3-0 win against Bows. It was only a friendly, right? But the first home goal, which unfortunately wasn't a win. Okay, how did that feel? How did that, like, I know you said last year there was no crowd. You know what I mean? Like this year, you know what I mean? Like it was back on the 7th of October. How did that feel?
Yeah, like, I scored in that friendly, and to me, obviously personally, you're scoring if you're hometown. But
with the left foot as well.
Yeah, the first competitive goal was Wexford. That was Wexford in the cup, and that was an absolute mental moment. I feel like one of my best mates, Dan Shields. You know Dan Shields.
He's my keeper, so he is.
Yeah, he told me when I scored my first goal, he's going to run onto the pitch, hop the barrier straight over.
As if he needs an excuse to do that. He does that too much, so he does say.
We were losing 2-1. I come on and I scored like 5 minutes on. And next of all, I'm sprinting back past, giving it the big one because it's 2-2. I can't celebrate.
Yeah.
Next of all, I see him talking the bloody security guard at the side of the game after hopping the pitch. So I've just seen stuff like that. Like, but the home game against Pats, like I remember we were batting them in fairness.
Yeah.
The first 20-25 minutes, and they got a bit of a goal against the run. And then I remember the ball came in the middle. And I just pushed it and just smashed it. And I just remember hearing the roar and I thinking, geez, that after happening, like, and then that was unbelievable.
And like, I suppose, like, obviously that whole season and the 6 months led to a new contract, which obviously is brilliant for any professional footballer to be handed a brand new contract. 2-year deal, all good. Like, we're happy out. You know what I mean? Obviously, next season, progress even more. As Kev said, the possibility of European football and stuff like that. Like, big hopes, big dreams. You're already training. You're in with Fred Fitness. You see how bumping the weights, like.
Yeah, flat out already. But yeah, look, that's it. I was kind of banking on getting a new contract towards the end of the season. I was playing more, and I was kind of hoping I would get the deal done. And then Martin came and said, "Look, the club won't offer you a new deal." And when you hear that, and you have a bit of 2 more years, I suppose, a bit, not a safety net, but you have something there knowing, right, I'm here for a reason now. I'm here for the long term. And yeah, hearing stuff like that, you're delighted with that, and at least you know you're in the plans for the future as well. So yeah, look, it's a good road now for a lot of progression as well.
And how do you feel about the Peter Cherry training? Sorry, I was going to say, I know you already said it again, but how do you feel about doing the train? I know with Peter, like, we've had Peter on endless amounts of times at this stage. Whenever he has something to announce, he normally comes on here. Like, how does it feel doing that? Because I know you always want to be giving something back. So, like, how does that feel for you as literally a young lad? As you said, like, I mean, you're looking up to all these players. How does it feel giving that bit back?
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, Peter asked me to do it. I think it was the start of last season, or the start of the season just gone. And he just came up to me in Mayo and he was like, "Look, lads, we're going to start a soccer academy. Would you be interested in the coaching?" And I had loads of free time. So I wasn't in college. I was just sitting at home most days after training. So I may as well do something to take up the free time. And ever since I started, like, it's been brilliant. Like, some of the kids have coming in, they absolutely love football. They love Dundalk. They're coming up to you, giving their opinions on how you played, if you played shite or you played well. And I even look coaching.
Brilliant.
Yeah, look, some of the kids coming in, they're brilliant, and it's great to see even kids progressing. And just great to give something back and show them what you've learned. And obviously, I still have loads to learn myself, but what I've learned so far in my experience is to give back. Yeah.
And Ryan, you're not as Pico said, you're Fred's, but you're not the biggest lad. So, like, for young lads,
easy now, right? He's a fucking guest, right?
But he looks, I mean, like, you got the baby face going on as well, Ryan. Like, you know what I mean? People might, you're going to fill out that a little bit more in the next couple of years. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to, you're working on yourself to try to probably get bigger and stronger. So where does that come into you? Because you don't want to lose your pace along that road as well. You're probably getting coaching in that scenario as well, yeah?
Yeah, well, look, size for me personally has been the story of my life, like, since I was 9 or 10. It's all
very different reason though, but the same with Kev, right? So it is very different reason though.
It was always if I wasn't picked for a team, or it was always, look, you're too small, you're not strong enough yet. And when you're hearing at that age, that's absolute madness. Like, but yeah, I've always, since then, I've kind of always been in the gym or try and eat loads just to try bulk up. And obviously I was going to get taller. That was going to happen eventually. But yeah, look, the gym program we have, it's not obviously to bulk up and be absolutely massive. It's to kind of like just be strong in football and that, and the different stuff like that. And then I have my own speed program as well. So it's kind of evening the two of them out as well. So it's not just all upper body. It's going to be like a big tank walking around the pitch. Like, it's going to be the whole lot. So yeah.
And when Ryan, when you're into that dressing room for your first time in the senior setup, like, as you said, you would have seen these players growing up. Like, who are you most nervous at, say, being around? You know what I mean?
Who's the most? Well, I'll take it back. I remember I signed for the 19s, and Stevie Mack just got appointed the academy director, and he rang my dad about a week after I signed. He was like, "Look, the first team have no players. Like, there are a load of lads injured, and COVID and stuff. COVID was massive at that time." So he goes, "Will Ryan come in and train for a day or two with the first team?" And I remember, I think I was in bed when we told me, I was like, I cannot do this. Like, how can I go from Warren Point, Clifton, I love the Dundalk sort? Like, they're after a Europa League campaign. Like, so I remember the morning, 9 o'clock, I was heading with my man. I couldn't talk, honestly. I was sick to bits. Like, and I remember walking in, and Stevie Mack was there, and I see, as soon as I walk in, I was thinking, I'll get in nice and early. I'll greet all the lads individually. Next of all, I walk in, every single player is standing outside the door. And I remember walking up with Stevie Mack. Stevie came up to the car, and I walked out with him, and I seen Shields there, Chris Shields. And he's like, well, Ryan, what's the crack? And I don't even think I said it in back. I was just looking at him like, oh my God. Like, and yeah, I went into the dressing room, and because every seat, obviously our dressing room is just, obviously every player has their own individual chair. And I had to sit directly in the middle of the whole dressing room. So everyone's just focusing in on me and like two other academy lads. And everyone's surrounding you. And I'm just looking around and seeing Pat Hove and like all these players, just it's absolutely madness. Like, and I went out, and I remember that I went out for the first session. I wasn't doing much now because he was kind of doing more with the first team lads, and we'd done a 7-a-side. And I remember getting the ball, and I was like, right, I kind of do a bit of magic here or do something to impress them. I remember I turned, and I suppose big Sonny Nadestad, 6'5". I remember I was flying about 5 or 10 yards. And all the lads will come over, Ryan, you all right? And me, they actually go, yeah, all right, lads, yeah. And I'll never forget that. But yeah, that's how it all started then. And then brilliant, obviously looking at all them lads when I was younger going Tory, like it was absolute madness.
And then FIFA 2023 is coming out. Do you know if you're in the game, Ryan, or?
Yeah, I was in last year's one, but I wasn't in the ultimate team. I was got a team or something. It was a 44-8 or something. Okay. So this year was a wee bit better. I got up to 55 anyway. So
happy days.
Slow progress now. Hopefully FIFA 24 will be a wee bit better. Hopefully get into the 6th.
It was I saw something on Twitter today. It was today, I think it was, maybe it was yesterday, 10 years ago, that Hoban, Keith, Ward and Boyler signed for Dundalk, right?
You see the baby face on them all. It's crazy.
Well, it looks like Hoban came out of a fucking line dancing concert or something, or practice. So he did, how the fucking shoulder pads and everything on it, right? But what I was going to say was, Ryan, you're a young lad, right? 10 years after you've won the league with Dundalk and you've had 10 assists and you've scored 11 goals and you win the fucking Young Player of the Year and you're nominated for the Senior Player of the Year and all that kind of stuff, right? Where's the future hold? Who do you support, Ryan, outside of Dundalk, obviously? What club do you like? What club do you grow up supporting apart from Dundalk?
The club I grew up supporting, Manchester United, the best club in the world.
Now, he's a Forest fan and I'm a Villa fan, okay?
Right.
I just spent the first half watching Villa against Villarreal in Spanish because that was the only channel I could find it on, right? That's a fucking fan, right? So it is. So we can have an opinion on any team. I like Man United. I've never had a problem with Man United, okay? Better now that Ronaldo's gone, I think. A lot better, okay? So, right. You get a call. Man United want you. Is it like, get me the first ticket? Or is it like, I don't know, I love Dundalk. I might stay for another season. Even though you've already won everything.
I'm gone.
Gonzo.
Oh, well, if I'm after winning the league, getting Young Player of the Year, like, I'm after picking a lot of things off the box there. So, look, if the time is right, that's if Man United comes calling, I don't think you can turn that down, to be fair. But
and Martin, don't worry, I only represent Rampart Celtic, not Man United. Okay, I'm not going to be stealing them on you. Okay, I promise you. So I don't like. But no, so Man United, right? Okay, fair enough. Kev, you're just fucked because you're a Forest fan. You can just.
We'll do okay.
No, not too bad.
We'll be okay. We'll be okay in the end. I know, but Ryan, it is. It's. I think to have ambition and to have goals ahead of yourself. I know to the Ireland setup and to the under 21s Ireland setup. I'm sure that's in your focus as well. Like, because it is like, especially the Ireland setup. I think it's important for a lot of the young lads coming through as well. That they seem to be really involved in that youth setup in the Republic of Ireland. You know.
Yeah, look, I was in with a 19s camp last year, and that kind of gave you an insight, obviously, to the players, not just in the league, but like there was players playing in Spain, there was players in England and Scotland, so you get a real insight into that. But that was obviously before I started playing regularly then. So after this year, like that's the real goal is 21s, obviously next year, because I think they have a new campaign starting now, and that'd be a real goal for mine, obviously. getting into the international setup, and then obviously playing regularly again with Dundalk and playing as much minutes as I can, and just kicking on from kind of.
And you probably have to try to remain grounded as well, Ryan, because it's kind of came at a time when Dundalk was performing pretty well. It was a season that was a transition season, really. Let's be honest about it. From where we were, and I don't think people really expected us to be so high up in the table come the end of the season, especially. And I think trying to probably keep your feet on the ground and realising, okay, this next season is a really strong season to progress. I think for the club and for yourself, probably it's really important, yeah?
Yeah, look, I wouldn't be one for not keeping my feet in the ground. Like, I just want to go out and play football, work as hard as I can. And that's going to, like, it was the same for myself last year. And even the lads, like the team and that, and the coaching staff and all, were brilliant last year, like, to finish where we did.
Yeah.
And obviously we were so unlucky at different parts throughout the season. Like, and if you think of the year before, a lot of the mishaps and that happened. Yeah. But like, we can only kick on as a club and personally as well next season. So it's going to be massive for us all.
Well, I have to thank is because I made a killing on the last game of the season. I was in the pub, right, and one of the boys goes to me. He was like, "You know, Dundalk are 4-1 against Derry a week before Derry have a cup." I was like, "No, they're not." He goes, "Check." And as well, and that was on the Friday. I was like, wait till the Saturday, still that. Then I waited till the Sunday afternoon. I was like, still 4-1. I was like, this makes no fucking sense to me. Hey, if you're playing against a team in the cup final, obviously,
I know they're not gonna.
They're not good. Like, that's just like common sense. Yeah. So it is like, so no, big thanks for that. Like, it was a nice way to end the season for me on a gambling point of view. So I was like, hey, but no, look, like, I hope to God, obviously, like, we saw the numbers there for this season. It was a breakthrough season, okay? But the best thing about a breakthrough season is the season after that, you're going to fucking smash it, okay? Yeah. You're going to absolutely smash it, see out. Just get you on the pitch. I was saying that at the start of the season. Yeah. Just get you on the fucking pitch. Give you the ball, and let's see what you can do. Like, we're not asking for much here.
Yeah.
And look what happened when you got on the pitch. Jesus Christ, like, come on, Stevie. You need to have a conversation. Well, actually, we're hoping to get him on. So, Ryan, we have a live show, right, at the end of January. Yeah. And it's all for the Harry Taff mental health wellbeing program that Dundalk obviously set up. So that's where all the money's going to go towards that. So we're getting like some live guests and stuff like that. We've live music. It's on down the back in McAllister's. So obviously, 28th of January, before the season kicks off, obviously, you're more than welcome to come down. But we are hoping your gaffer might show up for a chat. We have somebody working on him. So, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
That he might come in and talk. Like, you know what I mean? But no, see, the next time you're at Peter Cherry training, whenever you see Kevin's son, right, he's the 7-year-old who looks older than you, right? He is a fucking tank of a kid, right? He's the guy that's doing knee-high challenges. So he is an ending career before he even starts.
He loves it. He loves the goalkeeping academy, and it is really important. I think to see what you can have him would even be asking, like, oh, he plays at Dundalk, or Peter plays in Dundalk, Ryan plays at Dundalk, and it's kind of that kind of thing. That's knowing that it's close to home, and I think it's knowing that it's nearly achievable to see what can happen next. And you know what I mean? Instead of it being so far away, I know
100%.
He's watching the World Cup and he sees Mbappe, he sees all these lads, and it's so far away from the reality. You know what I mean? It's TV kind of stuff, but seeing what it is in real life and what you can achieve in real life, I think it's very important for young kids who are in that age. You know?
Yeah, look, I was the same myself growing up. I remember looking at players in the team, even Dundalk. When you go to Dundalk games, you're thinking, "Geez, this is miles away." Sort of like. Yeah. But then when you start to get older and you train hard and like you build up the levels, like it is not that far away. Like it's like with a bit of luck, I got with a bit of hard work and dedication, like it is very achievable. So like I don't see no reason why there can't be loads of locals playing for Dundalk in the future and in the next few years.
Yeah, and it is just a slice of luck. I know we mentioned him before, and he is going to come on at some stage now. But I'd be pally with Stephen McMullen, obviously, who is now over with Fleetwood, and like Stephen's only a young lad as well. But again, it was goalkeeper. There was a couple of injuries up at Warren Pint, and he got his chance. You know what I mean? That was what it was. It was literally a slice of luck. And then obviously from that, it led on to more games. It led on to being spotted, and now he's over with Fleetwood. So, like, it shows it is possible. Like, you don't have to just think football's only something you see on the telly. You know what I mean? Like, you can actually go and make a fingers crossed, you can make a living, maybe not make a career out of it. You know what I mean? Obviously, money wise and that, we are unfortunately in Ireland, so nobody gets a lot of money here. But you know what I mean? Like, I think it's great to have kids understand that it just takes a chance, just that little bit of luck. Yeah. But you got to put the work in order to get that little bit of luck.
Oh, look, that's the main thing is dedication. Like, you look at Ronaldo. Like, Ronaldo wasn't obviously blessed with a lot of talent, but like, he wouldn't have got where he is without hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
So
and he certainly wouldn't have got the new teeth.
The main thing.
Yeah, the new teeth and the nose.
The chance, like.
Yeah, and the big face job that he got done. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Ryan, we're going to do a quick fire round if that's okay with you.
Ryan, this is where you should probably.
No, it's quite normal. It's quite easy.
Alon, he's frozen. Alon, he's frozen. Alon, a second. Let's make sure he's there. He probably got petrified about this quick fire round. Alon, a second. Alon.
Yeah.
Right, Kev, shout away with the quick fire round.
So, Ryan, who's the quickest in training?
Daniel Kelly.
Slowest.
Oh,
you can take Arts. He's gone now.
I was going to say Cherry. But he did a 5K in like 12 minutes, so or 7K.
I'll go one of the goalkeepers because we done a bleep test and the 3 goalkeepers were last.
Nice.
Worst dress sense.
Worst dress sense.
Surely that's
Mark Byrne had some questionable top. Mark Byrne had some questionable top last year.
Score. I'll do a bit of a Would you rather score home or away?
Home.
Messi or Ronaldo?
We've always been Ronaldo, but after what he led down to United and Messi at this World Cup, I'm going to go
the
Messi.
Same. Yeah.
I'm the same. Yeah. And the last one, longest in the shower.
Well, I'm not. I'll say myself.
Yes.
Very good.
And nobody ever fucking does that, right? We had Stephen Taylor on here from Newcastle saying that, and he was like, "You won't believe me when I say this." He goes, "Peter Lovenkrands," and we were like,
"Peter Lovenkrands, yeah."
What?
He said, "Unbelievable."
Yeah, he was like, "No, seriously." He was like, "It's not right." And it was like, "Okay, fair enough, hey." Well, listen, Ryan, it has been fucking deadly having you on for chat, right? I can't wait. New season to start, man. Like I said, you're going to absolutely smash at CR, okay? Keep looking after Kev's kid, though, and if he does any knee-high tackles, just fucking give him a wee word, okay? So it is.
He tried to fight you.
Yeah, he might actually, yeah. Listen, Ryan, thank you so much, man, okay? We'll get talking to you again soon, okay?
Definitely, lads. Thank you very much. Thanks a million.